What does it take to learn? Have you ever noticed that there are some people that are really good at learning, and there are other people, parang bato, and it has nothing to do with their lack of intelligence. Some people are really, really smart, but they don't seem to be able to learn. I want you to notice what Proverbs teaches us in our text today. Proverbs chapter 2, beginning with verse 1. My child, listen to what I say and treasure my commands. Tune your ears to wisdom. All right. You want to be able to learn? You've got to tune your ears. Tune your ears to wisdom. What are you tuned in to hearing? Now, in the old days when we'd used radios a lot, now I know young people all use Spotify today, but in the old days when we used radio, we had two dials on a radio. We had the tuning dial, and then the really good radios would have a fine tuning dial where you could get a better signal. And you had to learn to, you'd close, I can remember, just like I'm sitting there today, I'm showing my age, but you sit there with your eyes closed and you'd run that fine tuning dial and you just listen carefully. You tune it into wisdom. When I used to work on cars, we didn't have all the fancy computers and stuff that you have today. We'd set the timing by ear. We'd loosen up and we'd just sit there with our eyes closed and move it back and forth, just listening to the engine. We tune our ears to listen to it. You tune out everything around and you tune into that one noise. Now, young people, you do this all the time. You can hear what you want to hear. Or a mother is the best illustration. I told Sister Bev one time when Shasha was a baby, I said, sweetheart, I could fall down the stairs and be throwing up and crying out for help and you would never wake up. But if Shasha whimpers, Sister Bev would be awake instantly. Her ears were tuned to the whimper of that baby. It always amazed me because Sister Bev was a hard sleeper, but she could tune her ears. Now, forgive me for belaboring the point, but do you want to learn? Young people, quit tuning your ears into silliness and foolishness and frivolity. Tune your ears into wisdom. Wisdom is the application of knowledge. When people begin to talk to you and they get past the facts and then they say, now the application of this is what you should do. Tune your ears. Immediately, when you begin to hear people apply facts for decision making, that's what wisdom is. Knowledge is just the accumulation of facts. Wisdom is the application of knowledge. It's how you make decisions. When people begin to apply knowledge, tune those ears to wisdom. He continues, concentrate on understanding. Not concentrate on memorization. Concentrate on understanding. Sometimes I find great fault with the educational system where children are just taught to learn by rote memory. It's not enough to memorize. You must understand. Concentrate on understanding. When I was a young boy, I loved mathematics. I absolutely loved math and science. Hated English, but hated literature, but I loved math and science. Now, some of you young people, you're laughing because you love exactly the opposite. I understand. But I remember when it came to working math problems, I never just did the homework. I'd find a whole bunch of extra stuff that I could do. And I would work on something until I understood it. For me, it was never enough to just memorize the formula. All right, this is the formula, memorize the formula, and that will do that will allow you to solve the chemistry equation. That will allow you to solve the calculus equation. Memorize the I didn't want to memorize the formulas. I concentrated on understanding. Now, young people, memorization isn't going to make it in life. You're not going to learn by memorization. You're going to learn by understanding. Now, tune your ears to wisdom. Concentrate on understanding. Cry out for insight and ask for understanding. This is going to be something you search for as you would for silver. This is what it's going to take to be a learner.